Hi there, this is the story of Ethzilla. If you wonder why this name is from Godzilla, but in this case, ETH is from Ethereum, EthereumZilla. Now the ticker symbol for this company is ETHZ. And the most important question is whether at the current price of $3.40, Ethzilla is a great buy. And the answer, you will find it in this box. During this video, I'll open the box and you'll find the answer here. Now, to understand my answer, you also have to look at this company, what they do, and what are their plans. Because if you look at the stock price, it has declined from $10 to $3.3. And if the price can rebound, then can have a nice return over 3x. And right now, the market cap is about $500 million. So it's quite small. Now, let's look at the fundamentals. Look at revenue over the last 3 years, 0. So how has they survived so far? As a question. And earnings, losses over 48 million, over 20 million, over 6 million 2024. And by the way, for the last quarter, Q2 2025, same thing. Revenue 0. And they reported their operating expenses. Look at their balance sheet, because maybe there is some value there. Cash 2.2 million, debt 1.4 million, so nothing there. So how come the market cap went up so much? Over 500 million. Well, you have to understand the story of this company. The former name was 180 Life Sciences. It was a biotech company focused on research, but the revenue, as you can see, was with 0. And more recently, they started to switch their business to Ethereum to build their treasury. And so far, they gathered about 94k Ethereums for 94,000, valued at 420 million. Now, you compare their holdings, Ethereum holdings, 420 million, the current market cap, 500 million, is close. And they expect a return from this treasury, Ethereum Treasury, between 3 and 10% a year. From stacking, lending, and other financial services involving Ethereum. Now, let's say if they produce a return about 5% a year, that means 21 million in revenue a year from the current value, from the current Ethereum. And by the way, the price of Ethereum right now is about 4.7k. It went up in recent months. So you compare the current value, 21 million, what they can generate, with the current market cap. Yes, it's a little bit overvalued. But their plan is to buy more Ethereum and generate even more from stacking and lending. So this income can increase more in the future. Now, what's the problem? What's the catch of this company, Ethzilla? Well, some people understand it and others don't want or don't know about this. Let me explain. You look at the number of shares here, right? Over the last 3 years and more recently, Q2 2025. The number of shares has increased from 0.2 million, or close to 200,000, to 500k, then 3 million, and more recently 6 million. So you see here a double, 2x, here more than a double, 6x, and here another double, 2x. What does it mean? Well, this is called dilution. And when you hear this name, see this name dilution, this means value destruction for shareholders. And let me explain. You own 50% of this company, right? From 500 million, you own 250 million. But if the company decides to double the number of shares, your value will go in half, 25%. Because they bring more shareholders to the pie and you have to divide your pie with them. This means dilution. Now if they double, they continue to increase the number of shares to 6x. Again, you divide your portion 25% by 6. 6 slices. And your interest in this company will be around 5% or even lower. You do the math. This is just an example. And then they double again the number of shares. So this slice of 5% by half, 2.5%. So at the end, you get with a smaller and smaller share, a smaller slice. And this is called value destruction. And that's why the price has declined so much. And it will continue to decline more in the future. Now, you might say that, yes, they issue more shares to buy Ethereum, right? To buy Ethereum. But here is the catch. Let's say they double the number of shares. You have 100% from shares, increasing the number of shares, right? They increase the number of shares, you lose half of your money. And Ethereum increases only by 20%. In this case, you are still losing money. You have a minus 80%. Now, if Ethereum increases by 100% and they increase the number of shares only by 20%, then yes, you make a profit of 80%. And now you understand why the price of Ethereum is so important, especially the increase and dilution, the number of shares, the increase in the number of shares and the increase in the price of Ethereum is quite important. If the increase in the price of Ethereum is higher than the increase in the number of shares, you make money. If not, you lose money. And either way, why would you invest in this company instead of choosing to invest directly in Ethereum? Why do you pay their expenses, their earnings, and other things they want to do? Why do you pay their wages, their salary? This is quite stupid, in my view. Because if you believe in Ethereum, that the price of Ethereum will go higher and higher, you invest in this. You invest directly in this cryptocurrency. You buy directly Ethereum. You don't fool around investing in Ethzilla. Because of this massive dilution, you are likely to lose money in the long term. And in my view, this company is a total scam. Save this video, mark my words, and you'll see after a few years, the price will go down even lower from this level. Because they take money from the public market, investors like us, common investors, and they buy Ethereum. And some people believe their idea, believe their story, that the return will be higher by investing in Ethereum. But you not only depend on dilution, but also on the price of Ethereum. Because if the price goes to 3K, then this will be a disaster for all companies that invested in Ethereum. So you depend on the price of Ethereum. Your investment will depend on the price of Ethereum. And if it goes down, your decline will be huge, over 50%. If it goes up, yes, your return, you might make a profit, but only if the increase in the number of shares is lower than the increase in Ethereum price. You have that chance to make a profit. But anyway, your profit won't be higher than the increase in Ethereum price. Some people might say that, yes, you can have a jump in the stock price. This can happen if you have a short squeeze. People short the stock, they believe it will go down. But if Ethereum price goes up, the short sellers will be forced to buy back the stock and push the stock price even higher. So yes, in the short term, you might have a higher increase in Ethzilla than Ethereum. That may happen. But if you look at the real value over a longer period, you will see that Ethzilla is not a great company. It's a bad one. It's a bad investment, and in my view, a scam. And this name, Ethzilla, should be changed from Ethzilla to BeRZilla, because the price of this company will go down. Now, to open the box and show you the answer, and I hope you already know it and you understand my answer right now. The answer is no. Ethzilla or BeRZilla is not a great investment. And look at their name. This is a joke. I mean, they mock us with this name, Ethzilla. This is another big scam, because there are more companies that issue shares, buy Ethereum, and full investors, common retailers like us, common investors like us. And this is a bad thing to do. Full people take their hard-earned money, their savings, and buy Ethereum by producing a lot of dilution. Now, it's up to you. If you are a speculator, as I said, if you are a speculator, you can make money in the short term by hoping that you'll find more people, more fools that want to invest in this company at those high prices. You might make some money in the short term, but in the long term, this is the result. A huge, huge disaster. Now, if you want better investment ideas, if you want to make real money, real profits, no downside, low risk, go to my profile, press join, and choose Titan Investor. And there you have access to my portfolio. And you can see every transaction I do. Every time I buy a great company, not BeRZilla, I make a video for you in that moment. So you will know exactly what I buy and what I sell. Great companies with margin of safety and high returns, over 2x. Your returns are like this company, but with low risk. Plus, you also get access to an investing course to understand better why some companies like BeRZilla are not a great investment, and then other in-depth analysis. Because sometimes you don't know a company, you don't understand it, and you want an analysis on that company. And I'll do a video only for you. So this is a great value for you. Stop losing money and join my membership if you want to make real money, real profits. And if you have other questions about this company, please let me know in the comments.